I just got back from New York City from the Focal event where they just announced the Focal Diva Utopia Wireless active speaker. I'm going to talk about it right now.
It's a great pleasure to introduce this new speaker, part of the Utopia range at Focal, which is something very special for us. It's our first wireless active speaker in the range.
To develop this product, 5 years of hard work with 2 different teams, Focal teams for the acoustics, Naim teams for the electronics. On this speaker, you will find the best technology of driver that we developed since 45 years, such as the Bowery tweeter. It's an exclusivity here on the home range. The Bowery now is formed in M shape to bring more rigidity, to be able to be more stable in higher frequency. We also have bigger voice coil to have much more power handling, and just behind the speaker, you have some of you have noticed this one. It's a beautiful grill, M shape too, to optimize the sound reflection of the grill and to limit this reflection. Here you will have the mid bass. The mid bass is a W technology. The W technology came in 1995 with the first brand Utopia. This one is a mid bass, proper mid bass, because we wanted to have clear medium, but also nice feeling in terms of front impact for our customer. On this one, you will find the TMD, tune mass damping. This is a patented technology that we use for the surround. After that, you will find 4 different woofers, 6.5 inch on the sides. On the sides because we wanted to have really nice emissive surface, but with a normal size speaker. I mean, this one is really thin, really elegant, and this is thanks to those woofers on sides. Those woofers also bring to this product the Diva name, because some of you maybe understand that the first Diva Utopia in 2002 add the woofer on the sides. After that, the cabinets. You know, in acoustic, the cabinet is really important. On the cabinet part, we go further than SORTA and Quanta. Some of you remember SORTA have a high-density polymer ER shell for the tweeter. Quanta have a high-density polymer front face. Now Diva, it's 100% high-density polymer. It's a low pressure mold. It's allow us to have really nice rigidity, and we can also optimize the internal volume of the speaker. That's allow also us to have really thin speaker. It was really important for us to have a thin speaker. So it's composed of 3 different parts: the top, the front face over there, and the body. The body is a global one piece. It's also allow us to put some technical features such as the bass reflex, just over there with the Pro tube. Inside the product, you will find the brain. The brain is the DSP. The DSP is 30 bits DSP, full active and full digital. The DSP will separate all the frequency, such as a passive crossover, but it will be in digital, through different DACs, digital analog converter. We have for every single drive unit proper DAC that will bring after the preamp and the amp the sound and the power.
The other thing that makes it very much unlike any other wireless speaker is the fact that it's a Focal Naim product, in that it's a Focal speaker with Naim amplification within it, making it fully Class AB, 400 watts Class AB to be exact, and that's 250 watts for the bass drivers. There's 4 of them, and they flank both sides of the speaker. And then there's 150 watt split, so it's 75 watts for the mid-range, 75 watts for the beryllium tweeter. That's kind of amazing. So you get like that proper Naim with Focal sound, and I can attest they sound incredible, and it's more than enough power to fill a very large room.
Also, the main problem with the AB class is the heat. That's why we have a beautiful, at the back of the product, beautiful heat sink. This heat sink is beautiful to cool, cool the speaker, but also in terms of design, it's remember us the statement, and the statement is best amplifier in the name line. So we are really proud of this part. That's a full anodized aluminum part. It's not painting; it's anodized in the mask, and it's a really nice piece of art in terms of engineering. Also, as it is active, we are able to optimize every single parameter of the speaker. I will give you a simple example. Here, you have 4 6.5-inch woofers. It's the same emissive surface than the Stella Utopia. For those who know, Stella Utopia is quite big. We don't have the same internal volume. We reduce, thanks to active, we reduce the internal volume of the speaker by 2, from 100 liters to 50 liters. It's amazing, but we have the same amount of bass than the Stella. It's just incredible. To do that,
so yes, the speakers are wireless and they're transmitting music wirelessly, but there is a technological limitation for now. It is that the music that's transmitted is 96 kilohertz 24-bit resolution, and then if you wanted to bump that up at all, you would have to attach a supplied cable with these speakers to get that higher resolution. I believe it is 192 kilohertz 24-bit, and that's what you'd get in that bump. And that's fine. There wasn't a single media member there that was, especially on the audio file, that was just like, oh, that's horrible. I can't believe you have to connect a wire to get that higher signal. It's like, no. Everyone demoed this with it being wireless at a lower resolution. I think it's only the spec hunters out there, or maybe people on forums that just like to complain, that will complain about the speaker not doing that. I think that most people, when they buy this, would most likely keep them wireless because they're cool.
Of wireless connection, you will find AirPlay 2, Google Cast, UPnP, DMLA, Bluetooth also, if you don't have any Ethernet connection. In terms of connectivity, you will find also streaming inside, such as Tidal, Cobuzz, Spotify Connect, and QQ Music for the Chinese customer. And it's fully integrated in our app, Focal Naim app. And the Focal Naim app is really important in terms of connectivity because it's allow us to connect the Diva to every single connected product from the Naim ecosystem, such as the Muso, NSC222, etc., etc. So this is really nice for our customer who wants nice pair of Diva in their living room, a nice Muso in the kitchen, and play in the living room or party mode if we want. Also, in terms of connectivity, you will find the wired connectivity, such as HDMI eARC for the TV, optical CD players, or even TV. You will find also the RCA input. It's a RCA line. We don't put phono preamp inside the product. We put it outside. It makes sense because the cable will be too long to connect the turntable. So you can connect a phono pre for sure on this product. Also, on this product with the Focal Naim app, you will be able to control it with a nice remote. It's always nice to have a remote to be like faster and access to our favorites playlist, internet radio, and so on the controller. You will be able also to connect the speaker to every mainstream, I will say, home automation technology, such as Google, Apple, or Crestron, C4, and all the others. So it's a fully integrated speaker that will live forever thanks to the entry and thanks to the latest technology that we put inside the product.
It's a wireless active speaker unlike any other speaker that I have seen on the market. It's a fully wireless speaker system in that there's no cable between the speakers. It's called UWB Wireless, and my non-engineering brain distilled that as, and I'm regurgitating a little bit from what I heard, was they're sending somehow small packets of data that are rebuilt inside each speaker once they're all fully processed, and the lag or delay is something like a nanosecond, so it's near imperceptible to the human ear or for most people to hear. And that's how this wireless signal is sent. It's pretty cool.
And we say wireless, it's no wire between the speakers. This was really important for us at the beginning of the project, because to be sure that it was designed, means well integrated in interior, in room, to be sure that it was simple to use, we wanted to be wireless between the speakers. That's why we use a quite new technology that is called UWB, ultra wideband. It's not based on only 2 bands of frequency. It's based on many bands, from 6 giga to 11. And the idea of the technology is not to push the data on only one band, it's to push small packets of data on many bands, and the speaker will rebuild the signal at any time and in a precise clocking system, with a precise clocking system. This is the UWB. This allows us to have no latency, uncompressed signal, high resolution anytime, and also we can use this speaker without any Wi-Fi connection. It's kind of quite cool also for some use case. So UWB was a nightmare to develop. We co-developed it with our manufacturer of chipset. Naim recode the chips from scratch to be sure that it's going to be stable, and it's our own technology, and we are proprietary of this technology. So we are really proud of the UWB. And the UWB allow us to go up to 96 24 bits. So it's quite good. It's more than 2 times better than CD quality. But we know that some of our customers are kind of precise on some figures. So that's why we provide the iOS link on the box. The iOS link allow us to go up to 192 24 bits.
The cabinets are high quality polymer, and then they're also adorned in gray felt. The gray felt is interesting. It's not like an acoustic felt, so in their words, it doesn't make any difference to the overall sound. It's just that they're replaceable. Maybe not user replaceable, but on the manufacturer side, they're easy to switch out, which makes me think they're most likely going to do a wood grain finish. Yikes, probably a high gloss finish. Please don't do that. And then crucially, in their promo material, there's this video that's playing the entire time that you're there. In one part of the video, it looks like they're CGI building this speaker from lava, molten lava, and then they have this cool sort of cracked lava molten effect. And I wasn't the only one that sat there thinking like that would be an amazing finish for these speakers. And a finish like that, like an LED finish on the side panels, would lend itself, I think, to a different demo. And that demo I'm thinking about is gamers. And I've mentioned this a few times where having a super high-end gaming speaker, like for the most high-end gamers out there, I think would be appealing. I heard a story of like Elon Musk bought a pair of like Sonos Faber speakers and then just uses them for gaming. And so like there are other uses for amazing speakers out there aside from just playing your audiophile demo music of choice at these events. I played drum and bass at the event because it was amazing and it sounded great. But I heard a wide variety of different music played through them because everyone just wanted to hear their favorite song through these. And outside of music, gaming is huge. And so I would love to see at some point these speakers be handed off to a gamer and have that featured in their Twitch stream or their TikTok stream or whatever. I'm not even thinking for me because my place is infinitely way too small for this speaker. But yeah, I would like to see these make their way into the gaming side of things. And I think it would be amazing for it. Not only just the sound of the speaker, but like the depths it was able to hit, I think lends itself to gaming.
The high-density polymer cabinet, decoupling to the finish. As it is a new era for the brand, for the group, active, connected, wireless, floor-standing loud speaker. We wanted to introduce this speaker with a brand new finish that we call Reflect. It's a new standard on the industry. No one, I'm quite sure you've never seen this kind of finish on speakers. Those are really nice for the planet because it's come from recycling fiber, plastic and natural fiber. And we really want to push this product with this one because it's really aesthetic. It's follow the luxury code of interior design, and we are really proud of this one. As you can see, those are floating on the speaker. They do not have any impact on the sound quality. Means also that we will be able to bring to our customer other material, other finish, starting next year, I would say. So we will also be able to propose a new speaker every year to our customer. That is also important for us.
A key point that they mentioned was this is the first of many in this product line. Now, they premiered this with $39,000 US price tag for these large speakers. And that has a very specific consumer in mind, but the fact that it's a first in line means they're most likely going to come out with smaller versions of this. Like a smaller bookshelf, maybe just the mid-range and the tweeter, I think would be amazing. And then should they make a sub that is also wireless that pairs with this would be ideal for smaller spaced people like me or people maybe that just don't have the budget of a small automobile to spend on speakers but still want high quality sound. So I like the fact that there's going to be multiple iterations of this and then also different tiers of this in different price categories for different demographics. It's all awesome.
To understand, we're selling quite a lot of passive speaker from the Utopia range, so from 40,000 euro retail price up to 250,000. So we know the market, we know there is a market, but we heard also comments from people, and we heard also market requirement. And people are seeking for wireless active speakers. It has to, right? And they are also looking for sort of ultimate performance when it comes to the audio, which is not available at this moment in time of the market. You can find some semi-active speaker. You can find some middle range, middle price, let's say around 10,000, 15,000 euro speaker, but not really high-end. So we know there's some room, there's some space, and we made the decision to come up with this product because point number one, we want to address the audiophiles, but also we want to tap the music lover. So that's why we made the decision to come up with a very user-friendly product. Réjean told you it's very interesting. You unbox the speaker, you plug, you connect to the network, and you play with the phone. Simple as that. With calibration, because, and this is something very interesting, and that's why we made the decision to come here to make this demo, this listening session, because there is no acoustic treatment in this room. We are not in a classic, typical listening room. So it's really the sort of setup that many people have at home.
It doesn't have room correction in it. In their words, it's like one person, one sweet spot. So room correction would sort of compensate for the entire room. And they're assuming that this product will be purchased by people that might not have room correction. And they demoed it in a room that didn't have any room treatment. So they gave us a real world listening, and they invited all the audiophile media there to listen in an untreated room. And it still sounded great.
You have DSP. Are you doing any room correction?
So regarding the room correction, it's a great introduction on this one. We, at the beginning of the project, we wanted to have room correction. But what we tried in Hifi was not really good because it's changing the taste of the song. And also, we thought that this listening and this kind of audiophile listening, one person, one sweet spot, is really personal. And room correction is not personal. It's based on average curve on many things. So we decided to develop our own room correction that we call ADAPT, means adaptive, acoustic, personal tuning. It's a kind of Mimi hearing test, the same test that we use for the headphone, and we redevelop it to be floor standing compatible, stereo compatible, and we're redesigning to be personal to our listeners. It's called ADAPT. It's really easy to use, really fun to test, and it adjusts the frequency response of the speaker.
Because this product is completely from the ground up, you get things like a dedicated app, you get a custom remote control. It looks really spiffy in your hand as well. It has a nice weight to it. And you also can control it with Google Home or Apple. And then it also has HDMI eARC, has RCA ins, and a USB in. The RCA, it's a curious one. There's no phono stage built in, which they explained in that, like, running a turntable to these wireless speakers, the cable would maybe be too short or too long or something. So you can connect your own preamp to it, phono preamp, and then connect your turntable to that. Makes sense. But the RCA one's kind of interesting in that anything analog that you plug into it will get sent through a DSP. So it gets converted to digital, processed, and then spit back out. So it is a fully digital system.
So it's a fully digital speaker, so even the RCA after that is reconverted to digital, go through the DSP and extract.
What changed during the development was the removable side plates. This is the only thing that evolved during the development. Otherwise, the requirement chart remained the same.
Yeah. Maybe you don't know how to answer this. Do you expect to sell a lot of this? Do you have a sense of how many you?
We know exactly what we want to achieve in terms of figures.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, and it's kind of fascinating, and I'm talking under the control of my colleagues. At the very beginning, I said we're going to sell these quantities, Even my engineers internally were debating about that and said to me, "Oh, impossible."
Yeah.
And it's quite funny because now the sales forecasts are exactly the figures we talked about 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
That's nice. But again, what we do in the group, we know exactly who are our customer target. So we want to address the audiophile, but also we want to address music lovers and luxury customer, which is very important, which was not the case in this industry a few years ago. And that's why we developed our own retail network, which is Focal by Naim. And I made the decision to sell those speakers within the Focal by Naim only.
So there, other than your dealers, then there will be just the.
They have the chance to install Focal Powered by Naim, a shop in shop. If they want to go for a monobrand boutique, they have the chance to implement a shop in shop, a Focal Powered by Naim shop in shop.
So is it all made in France, or is it just assembled in France?
So the electronic is made in the UK, in Salisbury, in Naim Audio.
Right.
The cabinet is made in Germany, and we're proud of it because it's a 100% European-made product. And of course, the speakers and the crossover and all the things are proudly made in Saint-Étienne in France.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. At least it's all European, right? I love the panels. I'm afraid if I had a cat or something.
Don't worry, we tried.
Yeah,
Of course, they can scratch, but not much. They can scratch, wood or lacquer or whatsoever. And on top of that, what is the beauty out of this is the way we build this loudspeaker is that the side plates are removable, which is not existing on the market nowadays. So if a problem occurs, or if you want to change the finishing, to move, I don't know, for leather, for lacquer, for wood finishing or whatsoever, or to change the color.
So somebody could get walnut if they wanted to, or
exactly.
glossy black, or white.
Yes, yeah. And on top of that, if you want to come up with a sort of crazy idea and you want the full bespoke, we can do it for you.
Okay.
What's the idea with the red grill on the tweeter?
Very interesting.
That was my next question.
When I joined the groups 6 years ago, I asked my team to give me the design language dictionary of both brands, Focal and Naim. And there was none. So I said to my team, we must work on that. And I want to make sure that we get the proper design language for each brand. And I said for the new generation of Utopia, we're going to come up with the double grill, which is a mix of black and red. And at a glance, you can know that it's a barium speaker and it's an Utopia product.
So the Utopia line will all get the red grill?
In the future, all the product that we're going to develop from now on will have this grill.
Okay.
And you're going to find this grill also on the Utopia headphones. All the Utopia product.
Okay. Is there a subwoofer coming? A matching subwoofer?
You don't have enough bass?
Yeah, there's never enough bass. But
Never enough. My goodness.
but would there be one coming at some point? Presumably with smaller speakers?
Most probably. Okay. With this one, it's enough. If you want to play bass, I can tell you, it can be extremely loud.
Yes.
Even on the ultra loud frequencies.
Okay.
But yes, in the future, there is a chance that we're going to come up with it.
Okay.
So one technical question. The app doesn't send signal to each speaker, it sends it to one and sends to the other.
Yes.
And that's why the cable increase the...
In case you wanna play 190 plus.
Okay, that makes sense.
But in terms of technology, we didn't emphasize too much on that. But coming up with true wireless active speaker remains a challenge, a real one. Because we're talking nanosecond, not millisecond, nanosecond.
Right. So that's why I thought it would be difficult to send to.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I know it's kind of frustrating for people who cannot afford to buy this kind of product, but it's like, in the car industry or the watch industry, if you want very high-end performance, there's a price to pay. I mean, component, technology, and so on. So, of course, it remains a Utopia product, and Utopia product are quite expensive because of the technology, and also, and I'm proud of it, because of the made in France. Mm-hmm. So again, this is something that we admit.
Yes.
But I think the price point makes it more respected. In other words, if it was less, maybe they wouldn't be taken as seriously. So the price point makes it respected.
But the price range for Utopia, it starts at 40,000 euro,
Right.
up to 250. So if we bear this in mind, a pair of Scala, plus the electronic 300 series, for instance, because it's the same sort of thing, it's double price compared to this. But of course, with the cable.
Yeah.
That's true.
And a bunch of boxes right here.
Yes.
Well, that's true. When you add up amplifiers and cables and you,
And whatever else you get upsold on cables and conditioners and electrical and
Of course, people want to compare this kind of thing because it's wireless. So you think, oh, there are some many systems which are not high-end performance in terms of sound and this kind of thing. You cannot compare.
is it plugged into just a normal outlet? Badass.
This is a great achievement. Seriously, I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of my team. They made me happy. Seriously. And it's also because they master technology, because they have such an amazing know-how. And human capital is something that we must cherish.
you can see the passion in the design. You can hear the passion in the sound. So more impressive, I think.
Yeah, and a listening session is always an experience. And when you know 100% that people will get the emotion through music, I mean, this is why we're making this job. It's to deliver emotion to people. I mean, stick to the objective of the artist is really in our DNA. This is why some people sometimes challenge us on the sound, which is extremely precise and so on. But this is what we want to achieve. I mean, the artist, the sound engineer had an idea, and we stick to this idea.
To that point, I do have a question. Would this Class AB technology, would the Naim amplifiers ever make its way to the professional audio side? Could this take off?
It's not exactly the same approach. I mean, the pro sound is really analytic, while here what we try to do is to find the right balance again between sticking to the origin of the sound and not delivering something which is too difficult to stand for hours and hours. Nevertheless, there is no color on the sound to make it warmer or easier to listen to. So again, it's different technology because when you are in a pro studio, I mean, it's a triangle, the speakers are here, so it's quite easy to understand. Here, you can be on the other side of the room and nevertheless you want to enjoy the music. So different approach, different technology, but again, we are at the very beginning of the music with the pro and the speakers for sound engineer, and at the end for the final customer.
So asked if the app was developed specifically for this.
In fact, we had a basis which is what we call unified app that we use for the Naim product, and we have the same thing for the Focal product.
Okay.
For instance, the Focal Batis.
Right.
But here we had to develop something special because it's matching with Naim Electronics plus Focal Acoustics. But it's the same app. But when you log in, you can find on the Focal side those products.
In all, it was an awesome event. Thank you to Focal Naim for bringing me. I much appreciate it. Thank you, Carlo, for not being able to go. So I got to go to New York. And you don't really have to twist my arm very much for me to go to New York. I love that city. And just wandering around, taking pictures, taking video, so much fun. They had, in that event space, they had where the demo took place, and then they had another sort of lounge area where they fed us beverages and food, and then they had a rooftop terrace where you can like sit and talk to other people within the industry. And for me, selfishly, it was a chance to like put faces to the names of articles that I've only read, or people like Shane Lee that I've only seen on YouTube that I've followed for years. So it was really fun, and I look forward to being able to do more of these, so I get out of my little bubble of my studio and get actually out and about to meet people. Yeah. Aces in my book.